This is saying 6:45.
Yeah, whenever your first like driving stint back is, if you just come like 20 or 30 minutes before that, it should be fine.
Okay, so like 6 o'clock probably. Should be good. I'll set an alarm for 6. Then I'll commute over to the rig.
Or just have a random house alarm wake you up like I did. I'd love to know what it was.
Alright, I'm gonna exit out of here to let the PC rest. Alright, boys, have some good stints. I'll see you later.
Try to follow up your 0x with another one.
Yeah, just in time for it to start
quiet
raining
out
and
there,
not
it's
spin all the
lonely.
time.
Oh,
Cool.
Andrew, you do me a favor?
Yeah, go on.
Have you been in this session the whole time since the start?
Yeah, but the thing's kind of broke. Like, you can't go back more than like 10 laps or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, so I am going to save the replay, but like I say, if I click on laps now, and click on like 213, it literally just goes to lap 249 and I can't do anything.
Oh, that's some shit. I
230.
was gonna ask if you could record this start when I got 5 places.
I mean, hopefully when I save the replay and load it back up, I can do something. But yeah, like if I click on lap 10, it just goes to 233. Won't go any further.
Alright. Have some good stints. I'll see you guys a little bit later.
Yeah, okay.
Good night. Oh my god. My screen just froze for like 2 seconds straight there.
No, we don't want that. Are you going to be alright if I just go and grab a coffee and wash my face and that?
What?
Are you going to be alright if I just go and grab a coffee and wash my face?
Oh yeah, you're good.
Right. I'll be back in maybe 5 minutes max.
Take as long as you need. So much for that.
I'm back. Car behind looks quite racy. Have you passed him, or does he want it to be back past?
Yeah, I figured out the trick to no name. And really any of the oversteer issues that I was having.
Yeah, you just gotta get used.
You've just gotta start applying throttle before you're done releasing the brakes.
Be careful, there's a car. Got going, he's going. You got one coming out the pits as well. Interestingly, there is a Ford in first place and an Audi in second place. You there, Ian?
What?
Can you hear me?
And this Mustang's quick.
Yeah, there's
What's this
a
guy's I rating?
freak here.
God damn.
And then you got 5k behind you, so once his tyres are back up to temperature there, he may look to be back past you.
I am here.
Yo.
Hey, I was waiting for you to join.
Yeah.
Thought you forgot about us.
No, I joined the session like a few minutes ago. I needed a second to just lie on my couch.
Decompress from all the driving.
Oh yeah, I mean, first off, I got up at, well, I fell asleep at like 1:30, woke up at 5:30, and then drove
Oh,
the
jeez.
then drove the 2 hours 40 to get there, and then had that whole day, and it took about 2 hours 45 to get back, and it was like
Yeah, it's a long day.
after the first half hour, it was like torrential rain almost the entire rest of the way.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was like worse than what our conditions were in the race in our time slot at Spa. And I like passed
but did you have some
like
grip?
a spun out car or an accident every like 20 minutes. So I'm glad Andrew told me to drive safe. 'Cause I did.
Car coming back on. You can see him.
What was that?
The car in front was a spinner. And that Michael Billon.
Dude, I'm sweating my ass off to try and keep up with this Mustang. Oh my god, my screen's frozen. Holy shit.
Go left.
Dude, this is like 2 or 3 times now this stint. It was
This is
fine
first-
all race.
Is this your first time driving in pitch black?
No, but it's not even though it's pitch black, I don't know if it's because my graphics settings are super low. The sky is like gray.
Oh, well, I was gonna say headlights add a lot of processing.
Oh, you know what? That's probably it.
Yeah, so I don't know if you put like low on the headlight settings or something, but I mean you probably did, but yeah, it always costs a lot more processing power to run things at night. It'd probably also help you if you turned off replay spooling, because depending on how long you've been in the session, it
Oh
has, like,
my god.
You've disconnected, haven't you?
This
oh,
is getting bad.
yeah, you just, oh no, you didn't disconnect. No, you disconnected.
I
Nice.
don't know if I can keep driving if this continues.
My screen just went black.
It's
Was that you,
getting
Ollie?
like more and more frequent.
Yeah, I mean, if you need to come in, it's not like the end of the world. You're not like in big contention for any positions right now.
I'd be on this fucking Mustang if I didn't have these screen freezes, dude. That's the annoying part.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Most-
tell us about VIR.
Well, now you're scaring me. I don't know if I want to, because then you might screen freeze and die.
Well, that's independent of whether you talk about VIR.
Well, I don't want to be talking about it and then your screen freezes and you're like not paying attention. But I'll start. Okay, so yeah, I got there. I left at like 6:35 and got there at like 9:30. I had to stop for like gas and a few other things. Found parking. It was actually pretty close. And then
Was it as easy as Brett said it was?
well, I texted Devin actually the night before I left because since Kevin wasn't answering, and he basically told me how easy it was to find their hauler and trailer once I got in, because you literally just walked through the entrance and there was a mini roundabout, and they were like just to the left of it a little ways. So it was pretty easy to find them, but I had to pee like really bad, so I went and did that first. They had an iRacing sim rig like with the GR86, but I skipped it just because I thought there'd be better things to spend my time on.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you could have actually raced the 24-hour from there.
Do what?
Andrew, every time you talk, it sounds like you're underwater until like the second time you say it.
I said what you're saying was you could have raced from VIR as well as racing from home.
Uh,
Oh, I could have logged into my account and
Yeah.
registered. That would have been funny. Yeah, I'll just log into my account, register as crew, and just like spectate the race, and I'll just leave, and then no one will have any idea how to leave, so they'll just be stuck watching you guys race. Yeah. But yeah, then I found Kevin on the GT4 side of their hauler with the Nissans, and I like went up to him and shook his hand. He's pretty short, honestly. He was just like, oh hey, how you doing? And then he was like, let me introduce you to the social media manager, and she was in the hauler, and she was really, really nice. I don't remember her name, but she like got me the shirt, and she wanted to give me a hat, but she only had a small one, and I have a big head, so it would have just fallen right off. So she said that she would ship me like a few other things, and I like wrote it down on her phone. But yeah, then I talked to one of the GT4 drivers while I was still in the hauler. His name was Eric Calwell or something, or Powell, I don't know. He was pretty cool. We talked about iRacing for a little bit, and he was impressed with my iRating.
oh, nice.
He said he couldn't get past like to the 2000 barrier. And I just told him it was because of all the abos down there.
Yeah, I feel like once you get to 3K, it's easier to make
yeah,
kind of more consistent gains.
yeah, that's what I told him. But yeah, he said that he liked doing it for like certain. He said that he didn't like how the GT4s felt on iRacing, but he liked how the Formula cars felt. And honestly, I can't compare it, but I like how the Formula cars feel. So, because apparently he's driven like F4 cars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then I sat outside in like their little hospitality area, and it was just kind of on my own for a second, because at that point I didn't realize that the other side of the hauler was where the GR86s were. I just thought they were all out for qualifying anyways, so they just weren't there, because they were. But yeah, I just sat there for a while, and then I went and watched a little bit of the GR86 qualifying from turn 3. And then I saw them all pull up in the tech and like the car corral. Took a few pictures. Then I went to the pits to watch GT4 qualifying and made small talk with one of the other GT4 drivers. His name was Colin. He was pretty cool. We didn't really talk about Iris, but he was cool. And yeah, watched that qualifying, and then at that point I went back to their hauler, and I eventually realized that all the GR86s were on the other side. So that's when I found like Spike Colbecker, and I chatted with him for a little bit, introduced myself, and I was trying to find where Devin was, and he eventually popped up, and I said hey to him, and we chatted for a minute. I also chatted with what was his name?
Alfonso.
No, actually I didn't speak to Alfonso. He was like always busy or away. He wasn't ever like with the car. He drove, and then he was like off studying data or something.
Ah.
Yeah. I was talking to Christian. That was the 17-year-old. But apparently he used to race like Indy Pro or Indy Lights or something until it got too expensive for him, and he like had just joined Tech Sport on the GR86 side. And I asked him how he funded all that, and he said he had rich parents. So I was like, okay, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's how it is for
Yeah, I was
the
like, man, how do
teenage
you?
race car drivers.
I was like, man, how do you afford all that at 17? Like, I knew the answer. I just wanted to hear it. It's like, yeah, I just wanted to feel better about myself. But yeah, he was cool to talk to. Because I like called him the underdog because he had qualified P5 in like his first GR86 qualifying.
Oh, okay, damn.
Yeah, and I was like, you're the underdog, man. And he was like, yeah, I'm the underdog with like the most experience out of the whole team. And I was like, how long have you been racing? And he said, 17 years. I'm like, how old are you? Because he did not look, or no, 14 years. Or 12 years something. And he was like, yeah, I'm 17. And I was just like, I was a little flabbergasted by that. He looked a little older. Yeah, he said he'd been racing since he was 4, so...
Yeah, that makes sense if he was doing Indy Lights or whatever.
Yeah.
At 17, 16, whatever.
Yeah, and then sat down for a minute and I chatted a bit more with the social media manager, and also Devin's girlfriend was there, who's like Brazilian apparently. She was pretty nice, so I chatted with her for a good bit about like college and whatnot. And actually they had their own like lunches catered and stuff, so I didn't need to go feed myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she said like feel free to have whatever, so I like snacked on some stuff, and they had like sandwiches and chips and fruit and stuff. A lot of drinks. It was pretty warm. It was like pretty humid. It wasn't that hot, but it was really humid. And they mentioned when we were getting close to the start of the GR86 race, she mentioned that I needed pants to be in the pit, and I was like, really? Because when I went into the pit to watch GT4 qualifying, and I wasn't wearing pants, I was wearing shorts, but no one said anything, so... They're like, yeah, we could find $1,000 if we do that. So I was like, oh dang. So
Good to know.
yeah, I feel like I've heard that somewhere. I just didn't think about it. I was like, it's hot. I'm wearing shorts. But she got me like these rain pants to put on over my shorts, so that I could be in the pits. But man, I like sweated my balls off in those because it just captured moisture on the inside. But yeah, I met this other dude who's like who has raced with tech sport before, but he's had like 2 really bad crashes back to back, so his car like isn't fixed right now. But he was like 50 years old or something. But he was really nice. He's like on iRacing and stuff too, and he was talking to me about like the differences, and we chatted for a good while, and then we went and watched the first like half of the GR86 race from what is it, roller coaster?
I don't know VIR corner names, so.
Okay, it's the last section after the backstretch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, I think he said it's roller coaster and hog pen. But yeah, it was the left, right, and the double left and the double right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched like the first 15 minutes of the 45-minute race from there. And funnily, so they had 4 drivers. They had Alfonso, Spike, Colbecker. They had the Christian guy, and they had the Ethan guy, who was the 15-year-old. But Devin actually decided not to do that race because he had like an issue in qualifying, and his qualifying
Yeah,
time.
I looked at the broadcast. I saw he qualified 32nd and then just didn't race, so. I
Yeah,
was like,
so
what's up with that?
they had to delete his time because he had to come into the pits to fix a fuel pump issue. And then he went back out with enough time to set a lap, but then the red flag came out before.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and they were telling me about how the prizing structure works for those races, and only the top 10 earn anything in money. So he was like, I'm not going 33rd and 10th. And I'm like, he said he was like a couple points away from a race ban for like incidents. Not like anything crazy, but like it's just easy to add up in them. In that series, and he was telling me like how he just wants to keep his car clean because it was like pretty wet, and
That's
he just
fair.
yeah, he was trying to be smart. So I was like, man, I'll do it for you instead. I made that joke. Thought it was funny. I was like, if I get in the car and just drive it down, they're not gonna be like, you're not Devin. They won't know.
It's like that F1 commercial where with Will Smith,
Will
like.
Smith ties up Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, only those 4 started. So they were starting like 2nd, 3rd, and 5th or something, 2nd, 3rd, and 6th, and then like I don't know where Alfonso was. He was mid-pack somewhere.
I think he was in the back. He
Yeah.
was 20 something in quali.
Yeah, and then we figured out that everyone was in the pits because they had like left us while we were chatting and we didn't know where they were. So we went down to the pits for the last like half of the race. We watched like the YouTube feed alongside all the telemetry and stuff, and watching.
What kind of telemetry did they have? Like suspension travel, speed, RPM?
They didn't have all that available live. They only had like
Oh
track
my
map and.
fucking god, my screen froze again.
Well, you're getting it in the best spot, but I think it's freezing there because that's where all the cars are in the pits. Like there's a lot of stuff to process there because of all the pit objects.
Makes sense.
I mean, I'm ready to jump in if you want me to.
Well, I also had to turn my graphics up for the rain too.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's not supposed to rain for quite a long time now. If you want to turn it back down for a while, next time you come in. It's like another 3 hours before it's gonna rain again.
How many laps do I have on this stand?
You've got 7 left right now.
So it'll be 6 at the line.
6 at the line?
Yeah. But yeah, there was a lot of people in the pit right then, honestly. But yeah, we were all just watching, and because Spike had gotten the lead in like one of the early laps in the wet conditions.
Oh, that's another one. Okay, I'm coming in.
No.
This is too bad.
Yeah, okay,
that was in the middle of Puan. I'm getting. Are you ready to drive?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm
I'm gonna mess with my graphics settings.
certainly glad.
maybe make a team chat and leave Discord, but honestly, I think it's iRacing that's the issue.
Yeah, I do as
Really
well
glad
because
you
even
keep driving.
mine struggling. I normally get like 140 FPS, and I'm racing at 60.
I'm at 70 right now, and I've got it capped at 84. It's at like 68, 70. What were you saying? You're glad what?
Well, I was glad you didn't keep driving straight when it went off too long, because I was like, oh, he's
Yeah,
gonna
I
fall.
just kind of kept the steering where it was.
Yeah. Okay. I'll wait until you get out to start talking again.
When I get out, I'm gonna actually run to the bathroom.
Fair enough.
Oh my god,
wait.
it's frozen again. Oh my.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
being in
fuck
bed.
nighttime.
Make sure your pit objects and events are on low.
Pretty sure I put everything on low except what I needed for the rain, but I'll check headlights because that's probably what it is. Or it might be headlights and mirrors.
I think it defaults to low, honestly, though.
Alright, I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, to be honest, like, being able to experience all those real GT and GR86 cars, and now just coming back into this sim, like, this is lame. Yeah, you're gonna put traffic on exit. Well, they'll just get past it.
Your first lap was always so slow when you just woke up.
Yeah, all good, man. Take your time. No stress, for sure. Is Joseph, like, sleeping or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Glad it looks like you guys don't have as much rain as we did.
Oh mate, it's horrendous the rain. There's just no grip.
Yeah. It started raining. I'm like, Brett, it's your turn. Getting out.
I pretty much did 15 laps, I think. Right. The rest is wet.
Oh, they did say that. Well, they didn't say it, but Kevin mentioned that they still hadn't shipped out any of the merch, so. But now that I put it down as a note for them, I'm sure they're gonna ship it all out really soon.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I mean, I have the shirt at least, so I can at least wear that during like broadcast things. Probably shirts. I guess it's not really a shirt, it's like a team jersey.
Yep, there's still no grip.
What's up?
I'm just saying there's still no grip.
Well, it's definitely dry.
I mean, these should be the fastest times. And the leaders are only doing like 220s.
Yeah. me write down a note for it in her phone, so I think she'll be doing that like after this weekend.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, good news is I already have the team jersey thing, so I can wear it on broadcast now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what all we're gonna get because she just told me to write down send medium apparel for myself. So I'm not. I guess that means a hat, maybe a jacket, and maybe like I don't know, like little pants or something.
I mean, I sent all our sizes and addresses to Kevin, so
Yeah, I just
they've got what they need.
yeah. I mean, I changed my size when I wrote it down. But, yeah, this medium fits me really well. So yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely at least get a team jersey and a hat. But the fact that I got a jersey and she still told me to write down medium makes you think that I'll be getting something else.
Nice.
Yeah, always nice. It's actually really comfortable. I smell like garbage right now though. Like hot, sweaty garbage. I did not put enough deodorant on.
Any other interesting parts?
Yeah, I mean, where did I leave off? Talking about like we were toward the end of the GR86 race.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Spike had gotten the lead, and he had like a 2 or 3 second gap on second.
Oh, what kind of telemetry did they have?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't a lot right in the pit lane. It was just like the live timing kind of with the track map, and then the leaderboard with the sector times. I think because I remember after GT4 qualifying, I popped into their little like driver's nook in the hauler, and I was like, so what do you guys do when you're waiting between sessions? And they just said, oh, well, right now we're waiting on the data to come over so we can study it. So I think they have to wait like for that data to come over after a session's over.
Do you know what the data is or not really?
I caught a peek of it on my way out because I went up into the driver's nook when no one was in there on my way out because I was curious what was up there. And I was thinking of taking a picture of it to look at later, but I didn't for some reason. I don't remember exactly what I said, but it looked kind of like Rod 61's data, but I'd assume it would have suspension stuff in there because one of the things that Devin was talking to me is that least,
Spike.
yeah, he at least knew me because I talked to
Yeah.
him. So I felt good later, like going up to him and congratulating him. But yeah, I let him like. hang
Yeah,
out
I
with
looked
us.
at their Instagram posts and tried to see if I could find you in like
Yeah.
the background of any celebrations.
I'm honestly surprised I could because there was some shots I was like, I know exactly where I was, and it's probably like right behind this one little bit that's covering the background. Because I might have been like walking over.
Did they have any social media thing planned to incorporate the like academy? How you
honestly,
were there?
I should have chatted with the social media manager about that. I never did. I thought about chatting about something like that, but I didn't get around to it. She seemed like really busy because she has way more jobs than just being a social media manager. Like, so I don't know, but yeah. So then after they did the podium celebration, they had the team come up to take a picture with everything that he had earned, which was like the check for winning and then also the flag that you got for getting the fastest lap of the race. And I did go up there. And I was like, yeah, I guess I'll get in this one. And I had like my iRacing cap on and stuff. So I don't know where that is or if that's gonna be posted. It got photographed by the social media manager's phone as well as like the track's official photography team. So that'll be somewhere. I might find it tomorrow. I might try to find it tomorrow. So I'll definitely be in that. I was helping hold up the fastest lap flag on like the far right. But yeah, that was cool. And then I helped push the car into tech because the winner gets like pretty, like a lot
Heavily
more.
scrutinized.
Yeah, other than like more than the other ones. Like his car didn't come back for more than an hour after we had like left the victory, whatever, the victory stage. Like it was like an hour after all the other ones. were
Yeah, I
back.
guess cheaters are more likely to win.
Yeah, I was chatting with him about that. Like I hear everyone cheats, so what do you guys do? But they didn't really say anything. Yeah, but, well, I guess then I said like, well, yeah, it's more about just pushing, like finding gray areas. It's not really cheating, but it kind of is.
Well, there's a reason like Formula One measures fuel by mass instead of by volume.
Yeah, because then you can make it cooler.
Yeah. There were also like there are regulations about like the thing that you use to fuel the car. There are regulations for like how high above the ground it can be.
Yeah,
Because people would make some that were like 30 feet off the ground and then the fuel would come out really quickly.
yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So I don't know, but with the biggest spec series, it's kind of hard to make do too much. So yeah, help push the car, then I think I went and used the bathroom, then went back to their garage area and just hung out and chatted for a while, like about bending the rules. And I chatted with Christian about how his race went. He said, I don't remember where he finished. I don't even know.
Wait, real quick. Right now, I have headlights low detail. The only
Yeah.
lower is disabled. But that's gonna be bad, right?
They don't want disabled, yeah.
The only thing I can shader quality I can go low detail, but I'm pretty sure I need that for rain.
Yeah.
Number of lights.
How is the rain looking? Nothing's set on my pit as well, Ian, by the way.
What?
Nothing is set on my pit.
Oh, okay. I'll change it.
Maximum headlights is only for if you have mirrors enabled in the
Okay, you
about number of mirrors.
So yeah, I can go number of lights from 3 to 1.
I don't. Does it say what that is?
Says this option controls the number of lights that can cast shadows. More lights improve visual quality at the cost of performance.
Yeah, do I'm trying to find that. Where is it?
It's in the middle, like 5 rows from the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I'm on 3. You can also change the filter to no filter.
Oh, I already had that on no filter.
Okay. I mean, why can't you
And
change
cars.
why can't you just change number of lights to 0? I mean, you don't need them to cast
Should
shadows.
have no shadows.
Like, you're trying to-
Should I go draw min cars instead of whatever it's on right now?
You could do that.
And I'll do it for
What's
draw
your-
min pits as well.
What's your max car zone?
20.
Oh wow.
Should I go lower?
No. You're playing some like 1990s NASCAR game if you went any lower than
I mean, isn't this ultimately made from like the fucking Pirates game?
that. Yep.
Okay, well, I think I've got everything as low as I can right now without sacrificing my ability to render rain.
Yeah. But just keep in mind that the draw cars setting is only going to help you with the main number, not the number in parentheses. So don't bother doing 46 over 4020 because you don't have mirrors on.
I just did draw min cars and draw min pits. Is that the best thing?
Probably, as long as you're cool with like not having a lot of information at hand for yourself.
Yeah, I've got a spot. I'd rather have that than like my screen fucking freezing.
Yeah.
Because that shit could have easily happened at the wrong moment and like ruined our race.
Yeah.
And it all already cost me like 4 or 5x. So I like Joseph.
Yeah.
He's maybe got to work on consistency a little bit, but most, if not all, of his mistakes were rain induced.
And he had a damaged car as well, though,
like
remember?
not too bad.
I don't think having
He
a damaged...
didn't inherit a damaged car. He inherited a clean car and then it got damaged on the second.
No, I think I ended up with a bit of damage to it.
If you did, it was like 20 seconds of option.
And then you said go back out when you've got the when you've got the wing on, which I don't think helped either because they said
Oh
two.
yeah, he went out with it, but the first time he went out, his car was clean. It was, and then that pure motorsport yellow was passing him into Pouan, and he braked on the paint, and then crashed, and that's what gave him the rear damage and lost him.
I mean, the track is also nothing like I've ever driven grip-wise. It's awful.
Yeah, that's what, like, I think all of his mistakes were rain-induced. He had a good attitude, though. He recovered well, and he was just generally, like, fun to be around, so.
Yeah, that's been my favorite part. Not even really being around him that much over voices. Just he's really active in the messages and just has a good attitude about things.
Yeah.
So
I
like
felt like
Owen.
I didn't get to talk to Owen too much, but he seemed enthusiastic about like he said something with the engine thing. He was like, "Oh, well now I'll keep that in mind for next race." Like kind of implying that he was going to continue racing with us, which was good. And he seemed generally enthusiastic and just. I think at one point Brett was kind of struggling, and you could tell like Owen was just trying to like kind of calm Brett down and support him, so that was good.
Yeah, I think generally, I think he would have continued driving as well if I didn't pull a message to him pulling the team. Because Brett obviously was like, I'm really struggling, I'm tired, got no motivation.
And it sounded like Brett was saying he had a really long week and stuff too. So.
Yeah.
He did, but at the same time, I mean, this kind of seems to be the case whenever things aren't going well, so I'm not really happy about it.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. Well, I mean, ultimately, he did do a lot of laps in the end.
Yeah.
Like, even though he ended up... And he was also up at, like, fucking 3 or 4 a.m. or something. Because I was in the voice chat at, like, 1 a.m. my time, and Brett was driving, so...
Yeah, I think he was up later than that, because I checked on them when I was about 45 or 50 minutes into my journey at like 7:30 my time, and he was still up.
Yeah, like, I feel like it's a little different, like, kind of when he first joined, when he was doing, like, Bathurst with Jack, and I think they pulled the car really early on. It's different versus, like, now, where he was racing through, like, the worst hours of the night, and, like, eventually gave up, I guess, but, like, did a lot of running, and he actually came back, after he got some sleep, he came back and offered Edwin to help finish it out, so.
That's good, at least.
Edwin he kind of Ironmanned it.
Yeah.
He sounded either somewhat disappointed / frustrated, or just super tired, or a combination of both.
Yeah, I think it was definitely both.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, that's not really the first impression I'd want to make on somebody who's trying to join the Textbook team, because he worked with me and Brett, who both were part of the Textbook roster. I don't know, like, I just know if I was there, we wouldn't have pulled the car. I mean, and that's beyond just having another driver to pull the other stints in. It's
Yeah,
just,
I know what you mean.
I
like,
wouldn't
the
have let us.
attitude you have.
I would not have let us stop. Yeah, I wouldn't have let us do that. So I feel bad that, I don't know, I just wish that everyone else had the same ideal as me, regardless of how bad it was going.
And I also feel like it kind of wasn't a great first impression on our part with, like, just the preparation was kind of
Yeah.
last minute.
Yeah.
So not
Yeah,
the
I was-
greatest.
Yeah, I was talking to him about that, like how we're kind of being stretched thin, like everything else we have going on. So. Not in like a bad way, like, oh, I don't know if we can keep doing this, but just as in like well, we love it, so it's okay.
Yeah.
We're working towards like making
And also, like, we're in the middle, like, trying to adjust to some big changes too, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked Edwin too. I've raced against him a lot as well. And I think the only thing is, it can be difficult to communicate with him sometimes because he has some kind of speech impediment, or like you don't know what the heck he's saying until he like thinks about what actually came out of his mouth. It's like, wait, I didn't mean to say that. That's
Yeah, I noticed, like, he seemed a little bit, like, reserved or, like, awkward or something. I couldn't, like, pinpoint.
I think that's just him because he streams. I don't know if he's just like, I don't know if he just tries to be good for the stream or something. And he also mutes himself a lot just so he can talk to his stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because like he would be like, oh, I have my mic muted that whole time. Like he did it like 4 or 5 times just in the time I was there yesterday.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that might be part of it.
remember dips.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we'd end up expanding that much, we would end up finding a new model for funding that's based on sponsorship.
Yeah, but at that point, I think with each new person that we eventually accept in, we're gonna be more picky about who we accept after that. And it's like,
Yeah, and
okay,
I
we
mean,
have all
that's-
this. What else do you bring to the table?
That's kind of how just team building goes.
Yeah. Even without growth, I'm just saying, like, you know, it has to be really worth it with like how many people we would have. Like, you either have to be really fast, or you have to be really good with like, I don't know, graphic design.
Setups or something, yeah.
Yeah. Where was I? Right. I actually helped Alfonso at one point. I don't know if you saw, but he like straight lined the snake.
Oh no, I didn't actually watch the race. I kind of just skimmed through.
Oh yeah, it was like in one of the last few laps, he just straight lined it through the snake. He also went off at the final corner and like half spun it, but that was before the full course yellow. So then he got back into it, and then he straight lined through the snake.
Dude, whenever I pause the replay, it brings me back to lap 250.
Yeah, I think iRacing's better broke right now. And I think it also could be contributing to lower FPS.
Oh, you should
Oh
check.
yeah, and Jake, earlier on in this race,
Yeah.
we were gonna hit and only do 14.5 gallons because we thought it would only be like half a stint until the rain came. And I fucking know for sure that it was, the auto fuel was off, but it was set to fuel 14.5 gallons. And we come in and it just fueled the whole tank.
I wonder if it like auto engages when you enter the pit lane.
Well, I set it before the pits, but then after we entered the pit lane, I checked again to make sure that everything was correct, and it still was.
Oh, that's weird.
So I'm thinking either iRacing is bad, or like maybe Andrew's crew chief like overrode it without like kind of telling us.
Yeah. When I had crew chief, I turned that off.
Just something to keep in mind for future races.
Okay. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. It worked with
You
us
think
when
Alfonso?
when we did, well, real quick, when we did that sim, something similar, we added like 12.9 gallons, and it worked just fine for us. So. But to be fair, I think we made those changes while I was still in the pit lane, because we were talking about it after I'd already entered it. So I don't know if that had affected it. But yeah, Alfonso like straight lined the snake, and of course it was wet, so he got a ton of mud all over his like grill and bumper. And
so weird for us coming into their world because for us racing cars is like our dream, and then they just do it.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to just compare it to what it looks like in the sim, and it's really similar. Honestly, I think the steering wheel is a lot skinnier and smaller in real life, or at least the ones they have. I don't know if you can change
Yeah.
it.
No, it wouldn't be that way. It gives you a stiffer feel.
Yeah, like it looked honestly.
And it also is good for like having mobility with your legs.
Yeah, I think it was the same size as my Fanatec wheel. Now that I'm feeling it, it's just like 12 inches diameter.
Is your Fanatec bigger than your? Did you have a Logitech or a
I
Thrusters?
had a T248. That was 11 inches. Definitely wasn't that small.
You've never seen 11 inches.
Okay.
All right, Andrew.
That's it. But yeah, so honestly, one of my favorite parts of like being able to sit in the race car is just what you have to do to get in and out of it. It makes you feel all like cool and stuff when you don't struggle. And I just like it was like a tiny squeeze because I'm a bit taller than Devin, but like I didn't look like I struggled, so like yeah, I look cool.
Yeah.
And then I had like the guy I was talking to take a bunch of pictures and stuff that I can share it some. Yeah, and then I got out after that because they needed to like put tires on it and finish doing what they were doing to it. And they well, I think I chatted with them some more. I snuck into their trailer because they had like a 18-wheeler hauler and they had a trailer. And I think the trailer was where the GR86 guys hung out. And Alfonso was with a couple, I don't know if they were mechanics or engineers or whatever. They were like reviewing his onboard footage from the race. And that was interesting to just kind of watch behind them for like 5 minutes. And they were just like chatting about when ABS and traction control became active, and like the runs that he got on certain people where it was best to make passes, and how he was like smart to do certain things because like he would have been in an accident if he had stuff like that. And honestly, like I feel really cocky for saying this, and I know I'm wrong, but I looked at his onboard and I was like, I could do that.
Honestly, I believe you.
Yeah, I mean, it did not look that hard. Like, he did all the same, like, it looked really, that had, like, the really, specific throttle and gear telemetry.
I mean, I had been watching like a few of the I watched like the replays of some of the GR86 races from earlier this season, like at Coda, and I can say like bike looks fast as shit.
Yeah.
But when I see him drive, I'm like, maybe I can't do that. But
I think that we can be better than 50-year-old Alfonso.
yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, like he just owns a mining company. That's how he affords to just pay for everything. But yeah, it really like it looked the same. Like the telemetry looked the same that we would do. And honestly, like I would look at, I don't know how his visibility was like actually, but from what I was seeing, I would like see where he could have gotten a really good run, but he like would mistime it a lot. Like I was like
Trying to time that cut back or something.
yeah, like I don't know, like checking up when he probably should have just gone for it or something, stuff like that, stuff that you mentioned. So I don't know, it kind of brought it into being able to see this.
To be fair, it's probably different when it's like
yeah, I'm sure.
your fucking cash on the line.
What a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know. It didn't look that bad. And then I was out again, and I got the chance to talk to Spike a bit more and figure out more about his story. He didn't seem that interested in talking to me at first, even though I'd already spoken to him earlier. Because I asked him if he was on iRacing.
Like after the race?
Yeah, this was well after the race. I think this was like, honestly, after the. Oh wait, I might have jumped here. I think. Okay, yeah. So I went to the bathroom at one point, like after I got in the car, and like looked at all the data and stuff that they were watching. And when I came back, like everyone that I liked was gone. So I walked down to the pit where they were about to start the GT4 race, and I watched some of that.
It's raining.
And then I left for a while, and then I came back, and they were running like 7th and 13th, I think. This was the one where you did a driver swap halfway through, apparently.
Oh, you can do that?
Apparently, I think it was like an hour-long race or something. I may have
Is this
looked
the
it up.
GT4 or GRE6?
GT4.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because two of the drivers were just chilling there, so I was like, okay, so these are the ones who started. But yeah, I was watching the finish then, like getting close to the finish. There was like 5 laps to go, and I saw this cat like way off in the distance by like the far left guardrail, past the grass on the left of the start finish line, and I was like, what's a cat doing here? And then it like started walking toward the track, just moseying on down little by little. And then it got like right to the edge of the track with like 2 laps to go, and I was like, please do not go out on the track, cat. And I saw like a bunch of team members from other teams like yelling at it, like talking about like, no, you don't know how many lives you have left. So, but it just kind of waited by the edge of the track until everyone finished and then crossed. Yeah, really closely.
I think VIR is known for like animals coming onto the track.
Yeah, I mean,
There have been instances of like deer coming onto the track or something.
it is a really heavily like wooded area. It was a bunch of back roads only for like 5 miles leading up to it. Middle of nowhere stuff. But
It always messes with me that like VIR is an acronym, but then that acronym is also the first 3 letters of the first word.
yeah, that's why it's like capital V, lowercase I, capital R, and then Virginia.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the old F1 logo. But yeah, then I left because, you know, none of the crew guys really talked to me. So I found my friends again, and that was, I think we all ate dinner. Then yeah, it was pretty good. Apparently, with their package, like when you pay Toyota for each spec car, they give you like free food, or like I guess it's included in your pay package. They provide you with like lunch and dinner. But they were telling me they accommodate for 3 crew per car, and they had 5 cars, but they only had 1 crew per car. So they already had 3 times more than what they needed. And they also still needed to get food for their GT4 drivers because they didn't get free food. So they just had like so much food.
Nice.
And
first incident with Joseph, they basically dive bombed us into Puong. But Joseph, like, I honestly think Joseph saw him come up the inside and, like, kind of got, I don't know if I'd say nervous, but decided to move to the right to give him more room.
No, it was
And that's why
the
he braked
water.
on the white.
It was the water. Honest, when you brake it wrong there and the car goes out, it was just the water. That's all it was.
Well, that
But I
curve
don't know if he
doesn't
would have
spin
been
you.
that wide if they didn't try diving.
That curve definitely spins you though. I just avoid it all the time, anyways.
I remember last year in the BMW, you had to be either full commitment or zero, because if you were half commitment, it would spin.
Yeah, that's.
But in the vet, at least in the dry, it's fine.
Yeah, the Ferrari was the same as the BMW last year, so I just stopped getting on it because you had to hit it like perfectly if you were going to use
Ferrari? Oh, you mean last year?
it.
Matt,
Yeah, last year.
I can't compute checking the curve on the entrance to Puan. Do it. Knocks the car up too much.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't take the curb either?
No, don't like it. Hate it.
Oh, I take it like every time unless it's wet. I was even taking it in the BMW last year, just full commitment.
So yeah, I got to talk to Spike more than.
Someone's just messaged someone that they've asked us when we're pitting. Don't know which team it is.
Yeah, let's see that. It's that car behind you.
5 laps.
He wants to leave first, but I've already gapped him. And not space enough.
Yeah. I messaged him. Saying 5 laps. But yeah, I got to learn a little more about like his past and how he's managed to like make his racing journey sustainable. And first off, yeah, his parents paid his way to start. And apparently he raced a lot in England when he was younger. So he raced a lot in the rain, which is, his dad said that's what helped him be so good in the rain and to win the race today. And I was asking him why there were so many little stickers on his car, like different brands, when like most of the other cars already had any. And he was telling me that when he was younger, his parents created an LLC. That was basically just him. And they would charge a company or a person 25 grand to put whatever sticker they wanted on the car, whether it be their company or just something random. And what they would do is, through that 25 grand, they would obviously use it to fund their racing, and then the prize money that they earned would be like partially divvied out to the people who had stickers on their cars as dividends. So it was kind of like a stock, but instead of it being like a company, it was a person. And I was like, that makes so much sense. Because,
Oh, wait, so the sponsors were getting some of the prize money, basically?
yeah. I don't know if I call them like actual sponsors, but they're like pseudo sponsors at least.
I mean, that's basically what sponsors are. Like, you pay
Yeah.
money to put a sticker on the car.
Yeah, it was a
The
smaller
car is a
amount.
billboard.
Yeah, it was a smaller amount, but like you can get a return on your investment like directly, not just exposure to whatever you were wanting to sell. And I was like, you definitely would need. I was talking to his dad about this right before I left too, and he was saying that
out qualify Liam Lawson?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and here he was racing
Fucking
Fury
big dick
86.
energy. Holy shit.
I don't know when that was. I think it was several years ago now, but I'm assuming like 5, 6 years ago. But you know, we all know where Liam Lawson is and where he's heading, so they kind of built off of that and were like, hey, this kid can do things. So that's how they got the first few interested, and then I was like, it makes so much sense because literally once you get that ball rolling a little, you perform out on the track, and you get more people to want to buy those stocks basically, and then the better you do, the more money that they can make because you have more prize money to share, and then again that makes more people want to buy them because they know that they have a good chance of getting some return. So I was like, that just like snowball effects into being really, really good as long as you keep performing. So I was like, that's really smart.
Oh my god, Andrew.
Fucking flash the cunt. He's P2, he's got more to lose.
Yeah, he's got P3 2 seconds behind him.
This car's fucked as well.
You'll get them at the end of the Kevin straight.
You just flashed me.
Didn't see it. But yeah, so I was like, that is really smart. Obviously, you need a lot of money to be able to put that down because you can't just be like, hey, I'm a guy, buy my stickers or buy sticker placements. You need to like have some kind of reason for people to want to. But it definitely
Yeah, you
helped.
gotta prove that it's like worth it.
Yeah, they definitely helped it be sustainable.
You jumping back in, or am I doing another one?
Why don't you do another one and then I'll double?
Okay, doke.
If
Yeah,
that's
then
chill with you.
it'll be fully bright and it should be better from your PC. But yeah, so that was really interesting, and he was telling me, because I was asking him like, if he was on iRacing a lot or like at all, and he was saying that he came on sometimes when Devin was doing it, but he didn't really like it. But he understood why a lot of people did. And we chatted about like a lot of things, honestly. We chatted about like college and just like business things and whatnot. And he was chatting about like I was basically just like joking like how, man, I wish I thought of the LLC idea when I was 4. And he was basically just saying like, yeah, but no reason to like dwell in the past, basically, just to look ahead to the future. And then I was like saying like, yeah, I'm honestly really lucky to be in the position I'm in right now because I definitely thought like that dream was kind of fizzling out when I was, 18, 19 before I got on iRacing. And honestly, the engine noise, like the idle and while it's running, sounds really accurate compared to iRacing. But just like if you're revving it on idle, it's so much beefier than what it sounds like on iRacing. It sounds like pretty muscly. I did like the vroom, vroom, vroom. Yeah, it was pretty great.
Rubbish, that one. Everything set for the pit stop.
But yeah, I got to feel the sequential shifter around, and they told me how to engage reverse. There was like this button at the bottom of the shifter that you had to hold in while you like downshifted from neutral to put it in and all that stuff. Yeah, so that was really cool. It was cool to like figure out how to start the car because there was like 3 things you had to like flip the ignition switch, and then there was a power button you had to push on, and then you had to hold the start button. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. There's only 2 buttons on the steering wheel. Funnily, one is like radio.
You're coming in this lap, by the way.
Yeah, everything's set.
Yeah, everything's set.
I've just been told the car in front is 120 laps behind, is that correct?
It's 29th.
Probably.
Fair play, fair continuing.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, 129 laps down.
Dude, that Andrew Sharp's team is still only a lap down from us. They've been a lap down from us forever.
Yep, I thought you had enough fuel to make it the pit box.
I haven't
I
talked
think
about
you'll be
long.
alright.
I didn't realize a whole stint had gone
Text that other team back says this car big enough for us.
But yeah, then at the end of that conversation, I did a little social media video with Devin, and basically I just did like a little intro for who I was, who Devin was, where we were, and what the day had been like, and then I asked him 2 questions, and one was, I was like, you've been using the sim to prepare for this event for several months now, and then I said like, how useful is it as a tool to help get you warmed up for events like this? And he basically just said like how it's really good for like getting the muscle memory down, and just kind of getting used to them, like each corner on the track. And
This was
How it
Spike or
worked.
Devin?
this is Devin.
Okay.
I don't think Spike does it enough to really have an opinion.
Okay.
Because Devin was like, you want to like talk with like Spike or 2 or something about this, and I was like, I don't really know if he's that invested. So
Just
Yeah.
FYI, 50 litres of fuel is all 4 tyres.
FYI what?
50 litres of
50
fuel is all 4 tyres.
Oh yeah, I heard Joseph was telling me that.
the 20th and 21st are gonna pass you.
Yeah, I was 19 seconds behind P19 when I took over.
You can probably get that listed. Yeah. And then he basically, like, I think the other thing he said about it was that it's not like a perfect, comparison between the real one and the one in the sim, that it's not like perfect for getting ready for events, but he basically compared it to driving a different car at the same track, so it's still useful, but not perfect.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I feel like, you know, the braking points are going to be super close, so it's probably just like you can maybe get up to speed a little bit quicker.
Yeah, he did say that his favorite. He thought the best part about it, like in the Geo Cup specifically, was the braking.
Oh,
Yeah, which was funny because his other friend said that was the worst part about it. So
That's what?
was the worst part. He said that was the least accurate. And Devin said it was the
said
most
that?
accurate. I don't remember his name. It was the older guy. It was like the older guy that I was walking around with and chatting a lot with.
Okay.
But yeah, then the other question I asked was, I was like, and with the academy that we formed, the Tech Sport Academy by AMS, in your experience with the competition you faced, both in iRacing and in real life, do you think that this goal that we have to bridge the gap between sim racing and reality is like feasible in the long term? Do you have like insight on how that would work? And he basically said that with like going back to the muscle memory, like it does translate. It's just learning all the things that the sim doesn't offer that would hinder you at first, but like it does translate, and it is like there are a lot of sim racers out there that are like skilled enough to be somewhat successful or even really successful.
Did you ever hear about?
Test session.
I'm just trying to remember his name. He was like maybe in 2018 or 2019 an iRacing world champion, and he was from like Iceland or some shit. He didn't even have his driver's license in real life, and some race team was like, I wonder, and like flew him out to Road Atlanta and put him in like a Formula 3 car or something, and was just like, drive. So his first time ever driving any car was a Formula 3 car at Road Atlanta.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he was like on the pace within his first like 5 or 10 laps.
Wow. Yeah, I think I remember that. My memory's jogged on that now. I do remember. I think you might
I
have
can't
mentioned.
remember his name.
I think you might have mentioned him at one point. I don't think he was an iRacing world champion though. I think he was a Gran Turismo world champion. Because he was telling me how he raced this guy that was a Gran Turismo world champion that he like got a funded F3 seat several seasons ago.
Oh, okay, good avoidance.
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, and then so that's basically what he said for those two questions. And then after that, we were chatting about iRacing a little bit. And in his words, he said, "I like sim racing a lot, but I don't really like iRacing." And what it basically boiled down to was that they aren't like they're trying to make it both a fun game and also a realistic game, and you can't necessarily do both. So he said they're doing a bad job at like trying to, they're not doing a good job at either. And he was basically, what I kind of translated that to, and he agreed with me more or less, was that they have pretty much realistic physics, but because of the issues that it being on a computer brings, like netcode and driving into cars and slight weirdness with the physics, it makes it unrealistic.
Yeah, that's fair.
And if they like negated some of the negatives that the PC brings in by making the car grip up a little more when there's contact or something. So like, you
Yeah.
don't have a lazy spin from touching someone.
Well, I mean, and I look at ACC in comparison.
Funnily,
And
he
they
said he loves
race-
ACC.
Dude, I've seen like people put their splitter like underneath of the diffuser of the car ahead of them without like any netcode.
Yeah.
So I mean, ACC's doing something right that iRacing is lacking, and like yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, he said he really likes ACC because he really likes the feel of like the touring car and the GT4 car in there. And my counter argument, because I mean I don't want to like fully agree with him, even though I sort of did, was that since ACC only has to worry about 3 different cars classes, that it's a lot easier for them to be really good at that.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, but that's kind of just what iRacing's doing on purpose, is just to try to be like the simulation, and that is what they are right now. So, but I mean, there's work to be done, I guess. And I was also telling him, well, most of the drivers on here don't have real life experience, so they think it's great. They think it's totally accurate. I was like, yeah.
Also, like back when I played Forza, I thought it was like super accurate, and then I was
Yeah.
just dumb.
Yeah.
Because
I thought-
I started sweating Forza before I even had my driver's license.
Yeah, same here. Like with F1, I was like looking back at like F1 rain physics, it made no sense. Nowadays, everything. It's like it wasn't even any deviation of the racing line. It was just you have a lot less grip now. But yeah. So that was an
Well, to be fair, in F1 in real life, I feel like they don't really deviate from the racing line for the most part because like the tires, the wet tires and the inters can push so much water out of the way that they basically can just make a dry line after a few laps. Or not dry, but like dry-ish.
Kinda, yeah, I see what you're saying. But yeah, so we were talking about that, and then I kind of went more into like how long I've been wanting to like become a race car driver, and how it was probably a little too late. Because he was asking like, do your parents support you? And I was like, yeah, just not financially. And like we left at that. But yeah, they were just saying like, just gotta take the opportunities you can get now.
This was with Devin?
It was with Devin. I think Spike was also somewhat a part of that bit of the conversation.
Gotcha.
I asked him if Spike was his real name, and he said no, it's actually Luke. And he said that he used to be called Spike when he was younger because he used to spike his hair. And he's made like a whole brand out of it. And then I made the joke, maybe we should start calling you Curl Becker because his hair is like curly naturally. He didn't like that. But yeah, that was like the last interaction I had with Spike. He said goodbye to me like 3 different times. He just kept finding things he couldn't do. But yeah, then I was kind of going into like just kind of where I have been and trying to do that, and then he basically said like, yeah, it all comes down to connections, and I was like, yeah, that's what I've been told as long as I wanted to be one, but I never really understood what it meant until I was like 18 or 19. And now it's like coming together a bit, so I was excited, I was happy about that. And we talked a little bit. I asked Kevin if he had any like information on the test date, and he said he hadn't thought about it yet, but he would start too soon. And then I was talking to Devin about that afterward, and he was saying that it would either be in one of the spec Miatas they have, it's like a 2001 or a 99, or they have like a not necessarily slower version, but a cheaper version of the GR86 that they could do.
Was it like their like BRZ touring car that he was talking about?
Maybe, yeah. He said like the GR86s they brought were like 130K each, but like the one he was
those
talking
things
about,
are fucking pricey.
yeah, and like the one he was talking about was like 70K.
Okay.
Yeah, so it might be the BRZ. But yeah, and we were talking about like if it was the spec Miata, about the heel toe stuff, and he was saying like need to. Well, I guess
You
the
need
way
to
he put
use
it.
throttle when you
You do need to use the clutch, but you might not necessarily need to use the throttle. Just if you downshift late enough, is what he was saying. He was like, anyone who heel toes will tell you absolutely need to, but I don't, and it's fine. So, because he apparently
Yeah, the engineer in me is thinking about the grip you're losing out on by not doing it.
Well, that's
Because
what I asked him, and he was like, I was like, well, aren't you losing out on like engine braking and stuff? And he was like, no, you still get it. It's just later. But I wasn't gonna argue with him, so.
that's it. Well, the thing is, like, you're still getting the engine braking, but if you're shifting later, then your average RPM is gonna be lower, and so you're gonna be getting less engine braking, which
Yeah, that's what I was.
the main reason it's important is because it's only your engine braking forces that are subject to the differential locking, whereas like your actual brakes are like equal between the left and right sides of the car.
Yeah.
Whereas like if your engine braking, it's gonna and your differential's locking, it's gonna be sending most of that force to the outside tire where the
Yeah.
load is.
Yeah.
I think we're now in daytime,
Yeah.
which you just switched.
Cool. But yeah, so we chatted about that, and I mean, these were his words, not Kevin's, so I can't confirm this as like their rough plan right now. But it would be during the off season, and he was saying like, yeah, if one or multiple of you are like pretty fast out of the box, we might see about like referring you to some teams we know who do champ car endurance races. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I don't know what that is, but
I didn't
I'm
either.
here
I had
for
to
it.
ask. I didn't either. I had to ask him. I've heard of champ cars, but I wasn't like sure what they were exactly. And he was basically saying like, you know, like the 24 hours of lemons.
Yeah.
It's like a better version of that.
Okay.
Where it's like
Isn't
not
that
cars.
basically what like Basic Ollie is doing?
I don't know. I didn't really look into what he was doing. So.
Well, he's racing a Ford KA.
A what?
A Ford KA. A Ford Cap, it's called.
Yeah, but isn't he doing like endurance racing? With
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, so that sounds like basically the same thing.
He's in a team. He's in a team called
What's-
Pro Am.
What's fucking crazy to me is like when the tech sport shit we were doing was first starting, we were doing Watkins Glen like right alongside Basic Ollie, and it seems like Basic Ollie's kind of getting into all this shit like in parallel with us, but like totally independent.
He's a bit ahead though, because he's already
He's
done
a,
the
yeah, he's a bit ahead, but it's just
He actually did a
It's really
24.
weird,
He did a
like-
24-hour enduro last weekend, or the weekend before.
yeah.
And I mentioned that to them about like how some streamers have been able to grow their brands and attract sponsors to fund stuff like that.
They actually messaged him as well from watching his YouTube channel.
Who's they?
Pro Am, the team he's been racing for.
Oh,
They've been
they
tech
reached
support
out to
mostly.
him.
Yeah, they reached out to him.
Yeah.
And so you know Josh Benson as well, who was behind me earlier, Ian.
Yeah.
Well, he used to be a driver, I think, as well in real life. And the next enduro event, him and Josh are doing in real life in the Ford K. So Josh has got involved as well now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what a Ford Ka is or a Ford K. It's basically like a Fiat.
Yeah, it's literally the bottom of the range Ford. There's actually one next door one to me right now. Like she's
I remember.
has got one.
That was like one of the starting car options in Forza Motorsport 4.
Yeah, I definitely played that the start of that game, and I definitely did pick that car because it looked trashy.
I I mean, all of the starting cars in that game were these shitty sub
Well, I
packs.
think I picked like the Mini Cooper or something.
Oh, that's fair.
But yeah, so I was like, because he was saying that he has like they're really close with the team that is just basically run by people who are really wealthy but not very fast. So they like to get referred like drivers that are fast, and they'll just let them do it. And they'll just like let them do it for free, pretty much. And they have like I think they said like they have. It was either I think they said they have a Camaro and a Mazda, like a Miata, which is two very different cars. But yeah, he was saying like they let him test and drive with them all the time for free, but it's like only a family and friends thing. Like you can only be referred to it. You don't like seek out people really. So I like
Okay, yeah, fucking connections.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said actually after that, because we were talking about how important connections were right before that, and I was like, connections. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, that's how that plays into it. It's funny. Good boy, Ian.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so
That would be really cool to get into.
yeah.
And honestly, I feel like at the race car test, at least one of us is going to impress.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine Brett going out there and then like not being good.
Yeah. That scares me too, though, because I want to be good.
That's fair, but I mean, you have beaten Brett the last two GT3 races.
Yeah, GT3, not Mazda. He's probably better at those. He's also probably better at heel toe, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you got some work to do if you want to heel toe.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess according to Devin, you don't need to.
Well, I don't know if I should listen to that. Like,
But the other thing too.
Well, that's a
And,
question.
like,
That's a
might
question
not-
Ollie asked actually in the pod. He said, "Do you need to heel and toe?" He said, "No."
interesting.
The other thing too, this might not matter as much because you do maintenance on race cars basically in between every race. But heel towing is actually better for the clutch. Like it
Yeah.
will make the clutch last longer.
Yeah, I definitely get that. But yeah, so that was a really good way to. That was like one of the last things we said to each other. So that kind of filled me with. Yeah, I kind of wanted to learn something just to get me a little excited for what's next. But yeah, my hope honestly is that we all, whoever tests, everyone there does well enough, or let's say it's like, oh well, we can get like Ian, Brett, and Jake because they're all like pretty close to one another. If you were in Georgia at the time, and then we can all go to maybe it's VIR, maybe it's Carolina Motorsports Park or wherever they want to test.
You think they have connections in Europe?
I have no idea. I don't know that.
Because I'm wondering too if like
I mean,
if
Spike-
we impress and obviously Andrew fucking is basically like just as good as we are on iRacing, which is how we learn to drive. Maybe they didn't have some kind of connection where
Yeah, I mean, or maybe we could sort something out where we go 50-50 on plane ticket or something.
yeah, we could probably figure something out.
Yeah, but my only issue is that I think Andrew so far is the only one who hasn't had any exposure at all to anyone in tech sport.
Yeah, that's true. Because Brett at least did the little. Well, he also did the livery for them.
Yeah, so but I mean, there's time. So.
Yeah, we gotta maybe do some more testing with Devin and get Andrew in on that.
He mentioned that he said he hasn't like done an actual test on iRacing like with his team since the one time that we did it.
Just
And, like, the
schedule it in for like a Sunday evening or a Saturday evening, my time, or any evening pretty much.
Well,
That's the thing. Like, probably easier the weekend because you won't be working, you won't be at school.
it's hard for me to schedule it when I have no idea what their schedule is like, so I just
Yeah, I guess.
Because I'm assuming they're busier than us, so it would probably be easier for us to make the time. But they said they'd either be preparing for Road America or Barber the next time they do one.
Does iRacing have Barber?
Yeah,
I've never driven it, so.
yeah. I don't have it. I'm wondering if we can get if they want to help. If they want us to help test there, if we can get that covered as like a tech sport expense.
Oh yeah, sure. Probably could.
I might honestly. I think I heard a rumor that it'll be in one of my league's schedules on the collegiate side, anyways. And so I might get my college to cover it regardless. Yeah, I think Barber would be really fun. The GR86 now I'm thinking about. But yeah, so
Is Barber the one you said that was like Mid Ohio?
yeah, but better honestly. So.
Oh, you said that, but I've also never raced Mid Ohio. I've only like seen it.
Well, there's some really awkward.
heard Mid Ohio's really fun though.
It can be. There's like a few awkward bits though that, like, there's like a blind crest where you have to really wait on the throttle until you see the exit of the corner to really be able to commit to it. And if you try to push, it gets really you just spin out every time. And there's like this one weird left-right where you kind of have to try to straight line it, but you can't. But you also can't see where you're going to be going, so you kind of have to wait or just hope you're right, and it can be weird. But I'm sure if you do enough laps, it's just second nature. But I prefer. I haven't driven Barber, but just from looking at like IndyCar on boards and races, it looks super fun.
Have any of the guys watched any of the streams that you've been involved in?
I don't imagine not, but they've seen the posts. I mean, well, if they have, it would be the first one because Ian was like messaging Devin and Kevin about it right as it was starting, and Devin was responding, so we might have watched some of that first one. I don't know. They
Yeah.
so it's hard to be like, hey, watch this now, because I don't think they can commit to doing that, and it's always there to watch later. It doesn't need to be live. It's important, so we're just getting the name out there.
I want to see how many views that Nürburgring race is at now.
You know,
Dude,
of
I'm
course.
still kind of just disappointed at how much I fucking sold the bag on that.
Well, we were chatting about that. How it could also be the other way.
What?
How I mean, you could lose a lot of points by bidding at the last lap. You can also gain a lot of points by like.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I gained 2 positions off of that, so because I made a mistake earlier.
I'm honestly really pleased with like how fast I was.
Yeah.
I've never straight up been just like faster than Brett. And also like the way, I don't know if you watched the replay.
I
but
watched the first 10 minutes.
the top 4 were basically like battling the whole race.
Yeah.
For me, that was just normal because
Let me know if I'm clear, let me know if I'm
almost
clear.
he's still there.
Still there.
Still there. Clear. Basically, like every GR86 race I've done at NERV has been that way, and even the Spec Racer 4s have been that way, where like the draft is just so strong, and it's like a mix. It's like Nürburgring NASCAR basically.
Yeah.
And Andrew and Brett were talking about like how, I don't know, how hard they were trying, how exhausted they were. And for me, even though I'm the one who fucked up, like in the moment, I didn't feel all that stressed about it. I was just like, oh yeah, this is normal shit for me because I've done this so much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have you guys seen that, the Jeffrey Dahmer stories, by the way?
Yeah, what the heck does that have to do with this?
Do you not think that Andrew guy looks like Jeffrey Dahmer?
I don't know what he looks like.
As he kept showing his camera on stream when I was watching it.
I think I might have caught a glimpse of him. I don't know. I didn't really watch the Dahmer thing.
Oh yeah, Andrew, did you watch that Nürburgring race?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
It was a question of who can make the mistake and bottle it the most between you or Brett.
And it was me.
It was just
Dude,
it was unfortunate though.
I nearly broke the toe on that one.
Yeah, you did.
It's fucking wild to me.
And then I think you locked up. Did you lock up or something at the last corner as well?
Not really. Brett just clutched up like right before we got to the big straight, like in between the two carousels. He clutched up and got 4/10 on me. But the gap was 1.8 at one point for probably like a couple minutes. And I think if I would have got it to like maybe 2.1, I would have been out of the toe. And I just barely couldn't do it.
I think the only problem was that if Andrew was smart, he probably would have just bump drafted.
He would have.
Brett.
But I was also, at least early on in the race, like the first couple laps, I had probably a second or a second and a half a lap on them.
Yeah.
So that might not have been enough, but
Maybe, who knows? But yeah.
I don't know. I was really happy with just how fast I was, but just pissed at myself for not executing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be fast anywhere, it's definitely gonna be there.
Yeah.
But I think you'll do decently everywhere else too. I hate that the one track I know I'm gonna miss for that season is Laguna Seca. That's probably the one track that I'm familiar enough with to be comfortable.
Yeah.
It's one I've hardly ever driven or not driven. And
Yeah, I
just
think
love-
most of the tracks remaining are like tracks I don't know.
Yeah, except for
But I at least know Laguna,
yeah. That's like the one track where drafting wouldn't really matter either. Well, I guess Oschersleben would have been the same, but we didn't do that one.
I'm going to use the bathroom quick.
Oh, well, I was about to head off, so are you good to like let me finish?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think there really is anything else to really say. I think, yeah, we just chatted about, I basically just said, like, everyone that was nice to me. There was, like, 5 or 6 people. It was, like, I talked to Kevin, Devin, Spike, Christian, the social media manager, Devin's girlfriend, Juan, and the mechanic, some other mechanic I never got the name of. And then there was, like, some other guy that gave me a ride to my car when he spotted me leaving. So I have all good relationships with them, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I just said like thanks a bunch for everything you've done and all the hospitality and stuff. Yeah, I think I left at like 7:50 or so. That's about it.
Nice. It
Yeah.
sounds like a super fun day. I'm gonna be
It is.
honest.
It
I
was.
can't wait for Barber in September.
And the funniest part to me was like, I didn't even watch that much racing, to be honest. With how much there was going on, I didn't watch much of it. I was just enjoying myself, like, just hanging out with them. But yeah, if I have any advice for you, it's,
Wear pants.
well, yes, that's probably the best advice I can give you. But, 2 pieces of advice I think I would give them in that. If you try to talk to the GT4 people, can't guarantee that they'll like be super chatty, but I would definitely focus on the GR86 guys because they seem to be like a little more, I don't know, just a little more down to earth, a little chiller, a little like busy, but they also don't Kevin, not much for small talk. Like I tried like 4 different times, and he even like initiated a conversation with me at one point, but he really didn't have much to say when I responded to like his question. He was just saying like, so do you get the differences between like, you know, real racing, because you haven't really been to any of these events, and what you do in the sims, like there's no reset button and you have to do all these extra things. So it's just like yeah, it's cool to see where they have to go to like get onto the track later and having to go through tech and getting pushed everywhere and getting winched and everything. So
I think that's a huge difference though in the actual preparation. Is like when we practice for a race, we're trying to just find the limits super quickly, but with little consequence. Like we can find the limit by going past it and then dialing it back after we crash.
yeah.
Whereas they have to find the limit without going past it.
Well, that's
If
why
that
I
makes
think
sense.
real racers using the sim is good, because then they can do that and then have like a benchmark. Don't follow it exactly, because every session's different, but I mean you have like an idea at least.
But I think that's gonna be like if we do end up, you know, doing championship endurance, whatever what it was you called it.
Come on, be smart, be smart, be smart, be smart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the biggest difference for us would be trying to find the pace without like taking too many risks.
Yeah, and I mean like there's a mindset thing, because in practice, like there were so many races, at least last year, not so much this year, where I would be like, guys, I have no consistency, I'm wrecking like every 5 laps, but then once the race comes, I would be totally fine, and it's just a mindset.
That's true.
So I think I've like gotten over that now. I guess I haven't. I only just noticed talking about it that I
I've
haven't.
also like done a lot of stupid escapades in real life and not crashed doing those. So
That's fantastic. But yeah, it's a different mindset, and everyone else has that same mindset too. So it's honestly a little easier, because some people in iRacing, even though you should have that mindset, they don't in races. So, but in real life, anyone who has to pay for mistakes with their wallet has that mindset. They were talking about like this one girl who basically gets everything for free, and she's like super aggressive on the track, and they say it's because she doesn't have to pay for things that she damages other people and stuff. Oh, also apparently there's like 3. There are like
Andrew, do you need to focus?
I'm alright, I'm alright.
What?
I'm okay, I'm okay.
Okay.
there are like 3 women racing in the GR Cup, and the woman who finishes first out of those 3 gets a $5,000 bonus. I'm like, call me transgender is literally what I said to one of the people who was telling me that. He laughed like so hard at that. That's like a really.
Oh my God, Jake, you're gonna get in trouble.
No, this was the same guy.
Maybe not with the tech sport guys, but
No, I mean,
please don't ever say that in front of the camera.
I would do that. But this is the same guy that was talking about. Oh, there's 3. There's like one named Maddie, one named some other name, and I don't remember the third one. It's a hot blonde. This is like a 50-year-old man, by the way. So like, I didn't really feel like anything I could say would offend him at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like all the tech sport guys, just well, at least on the GR team, just seem like the good old boys who just, you know, talk absolute crap to, like all day, every day. Because like he didn't ask Devin like, hey, what's the name of that hot blonde one? He was like, I don't know, I don't have any beef with her, so I have no idea. Like he didn't seem to care about it like that at all. So obviously not in front of cameras or anything. I'm like the sweetest boy on the.
Well, I remember like when that first conversation I had with Kevin, which it's wild to me that first conversation I had with him was like an hour or an hour and a half, because I cannot imagine talking to him for that maybe if Devin was a woman, he would have raced.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I think that's everything. If I obviously other times we chat about like everything else, I can mention it. But yeah, I think that's it.
Just keep an eye if he sends it for us, please.
What?
Just keep an eye behind if he sends it.
Yeah, no, he ain't gonna do it. He's a wimp. Okay. Well, I am very surprised that I talked about it for as long as I did. I thought it'd be like 10 minutes. And I've been here for like 2 hours, so I was like nearly falling asleep and I was laying on the couch. I was like, well, I should get up and tell him about it real quick because I said I would. Still tired. But,
Oh my god.
What?
What's up?
South Mountain is on fire.
What?
The mountain that's like literally in view. I gotta go outside real quick. I gotta look at this. I'll be right back.
Okay. Night.
Good night.
Let's.
So he was being for real, like a real mountain outside his house is on fire.
Where is he?
Yeah, Arizona for me, man.
What's up with the guy behind? Is he gone?
Oh, I just left.
Yeah, he's binned it. He's binned it.
Oh, nice. There you go. He's washed. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you should go get some sleep.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's been. I know I wasn't talking much, but I was taking it in and listening. It was a good listen.
yeah. Honestly, like, I wish there wasn't a whole ocean between you and them, because, yeah, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that you guys are both here to listen. It was good timing. Yeah, I will, I guess, check in when I wake up. It should be a bit before it ends.
Yeah, okay, no.
Okay, good night.
Right, catch you later. on.
Hold on, mate.
Matt, I'm on low fuel, so if I don't mind, I'd like to get past. Just dive that.
I'm back. Jake's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Alright. Oh, what happened to the guy who was right behind you?
He called me an idiot, so I put him in the wall.
Oh shit, I'm not watching you.
No, I'm joking. He binned it behind me after I passed him,
Ah, what a shitter.
and then binned it again, and now he's got beef with someone as well. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, apparently the mountain that's like right next to my brother's house where I'm staying right now is on fire.
Where is he? Could put a picture in Iris in general.
Well, I went outside and I couldn't see it because it's a huge mountain and it's like, I guess my view was obstructed. But when I went outside, I smelled smoke, so.
Is it just because of the heat?
I have no clue. My friend just texted me saying like South Mountain's on fire. They've got a bunch of like radio antenna up there, so I wonder if it was some kind of electrical issue that started a fire.
Possibly.
And then maybe all the bushes and stuff kind of acted as fuel. But there's also like a shit ton of people litter up there, so
Yeah, I've got
maybe someone
5
took a
laps.
lit cigarette or something. Alright, I'm ready, so. I think I'm gonna do a double and then that'll be it for me.
long until the rain?
It'll be coming while I'm driving. Well, actually, the percent is really low. There's 21% in an hour and a half. And then it drops again to like 6% and 1%.
When I got in the car, it was like 80.
Yeah, and then another hour after that 21%, it's 24%, but it looks like we might miss the rain altogether.
Good.
Call me crazy, but I was kind of wanting the rain just so I could get some experience.
Yes, it is good experience, but just not in these conditions. There's just no grip.
It's worse than the practice sessions you did that were wet?
Yeah, 100% worse. So I had worse rain and was going faster.
Weird. I wonder if it's a track state thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Like maybe when it's wet, but at full usage, it's awful. I'm gonna exit this session real quick and then come back in.
Okay.
Because I think that'll make my lag spikes a little bit better.
you almost back, Ian, or not?
What?
Are you almost back?
I'm at 90%.
1.5
How
laps.
much you got left?
1.5 laps.
Okay. Stuck at 90 right now. 99. Okay. I'm in.
Cool, because I really need a shit as well.
Oh my god.
What's up?
My mouse is not working. Fuck me.
Can you plug it in quickly or not? Coming at the pits.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it work. I'll be alright. I've got this fucking damn it.
I accidentally took my limiter off there. Might be alright.
Are you in the pit lane?
Yeah, I'm at the corner now.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Do you have a tour button mapped to your wheel?
No. Just let me take my headset off. I'll be in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I really need the toilet as well, so I really need to go to the toilet as well. So as soon as I get out, I'm gonna have to go to the toilet.
Okay, it worked. Fuck me, that's so dumb. You there?
Sorry about that. I really needed a shit.
Oh, you're all good. I didn't lose any time, so.
Nice.
Yeah, for some reason, my wireless mouse stopped working, but it's not dead. Because the clicker was still working, but I just couldn't move the cursor.
Yeah,
so
my,
I had to fucking run and plug in a wired mouse. And then
my wireless
click
mouse sometimes does
drive.
that as well. Like, I just charged it, and a day later it wasn't picking up, so I had to plug the cable in. They're just queen, like wireless mouses, aren't they?
Yeah.
That guy ahead is a guy we were battling as well.
It says he's 22nd.
Yeah, so that's the guy who was, when you and Jake were talking and you said you need to concentrate, that's who I was trying to overtake.
Oh, that's the guy who binned it after you passed him? Or the team?
Yeah. Your best bet is to try and get a good exit out of the source and set him up on the camel, because he is slow in a straight line.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass him now. He wasn't holding me up before, but this lap he did, so I'm gonna pass him. I think it's better to pass him. Oh my god, I fucked it.
Yeah, you need to be 0.4 back, otherwise it's not going to happen on the exit of La Source.
I was gonna say it would be better to pass him approaching Malmedy. But I fucked my run, so...
Behind. Nice. Clear.
Track feels fucking great right now.
It's not the quickest though.
What?
I said it's still not the quickest it could be. Like I'd like to think in these sort of temps I'd be in the early 18s. But the track state's just not grippy at all. Was that netcode or did you smack the wall there?
What?
Was that netcode or did you smack the wall there?
Oh, I didn't touch it.
Ooh, P14 has been in the pits 5 minutes. Car 95. Oh. So P14 are in the pits by 7 minutes now, and it sounds like they've got their engine on as well.
We love to see it. Well, not totally dry.
Go on, you find behind. There's one car coming. Then after that, there's nothing.
What?
You were fine behind.
Is my front damaged?
The car looks okay. There's barely a scratch on it.
Yeah, I had a fucking puddle.
Yeah, just on the inside, I've seen it.
I didn't think that would still be there by now, but
I mean,
I guess water doesn't evaporate.
How's the lag spikes? Or the frame drops? I'm just gonna go and get a drink.
I can't hear you.
I'm just gonna go and get a drink. I'll be back in 2.
I still couldn't really hear you. Your mic's doing some weird shit. Just move your mic closer to your mouth, cause it keeps like not picking up right.